your experience with salvia, was that smoking it or chewing it?
It was actually both. You
Nice.
guys had Tonight Dimension on, and
Hmm.
he inspired me to try quitting it. And I had smoked salvia one time before, and it was not much really happened. Like the floor split open a little bit, and it was just a really scary experience for the most part. Nothing really that crazy happened, but it freaked me out for sure. But I wanted to get back into it just because I knew that there was something for me in it. So I before it, I like put a whole bunch of intention into it. Like I went out into the woods and I got like a rock to put the salvia on and like a bunch of flowers and like offerings to the salvia being, because they say it's like a woman or something. Because I
Yeah.
really didn't want to piss this thing off at all. And so I started quitting, and it was a really hard thing to do. I didn't think it would be that hard. I chewed it for like 20 minutes, 2 times, I'm pretty sure, and got some slight effects. And I was just really curious to see what smoking it did again, because I had heard some stories of people using salvia, smoking it in a therapeutic way, which kind of seemed insane to me. I can't believe people do that. But I heard this podcast about people doing that, like smoking salvia in a therapeutic way. So I tried to just, I was like, I wanted to try it because I wanted to have a more visionary experience. And by God, I did. I smoked some of the leaf and I took a couple hits, and it was kind of like the effects of quitting it and just taking a few hits from the leaf culminated into me flying into this light out of my body. I like saw my room just like collapse in front of me, and it was really scary. It was almost like it felt like I was dying because I was leaving this realm completely. I was actually leaving this realm, and it was the first time that I'd ever done that. And I was like, "Holy shit, what is going on?" And there were these prisoner guard people, and they came over to me, and there was like this factory, and they were like, "You're coming with me." And I thought in my head, okay, I can't be scared. Like I need to like stay calm. They just want me to be scared. And right as I thought they just want me to be scared, it definitely got less scary. And then I asked the guards, "What do you guys do at the factory?" or something. And then I turned into an arrow, and I flew onto a board of other spinning arrows, and I flew around in this colorful pattern of arrows. And we were all like screaming and like, wow, like what's going on? And there were other arrows, and it seemed like they were like other souls that had been like doing salvia or something, and they were on the board. And then like I opened my eyes, and my stomach turned into the door handle, and I was just like, what the hell just happened? It was half the most terrifying thing that had ever happened to me and half the most cool thing that had ever happened to me. And that was like just confirmation for me that my soul is not a part of my body.
Yeah. Yeah, and like your consciousness and stuff is not, yeah, it can span dimensions.
Yeah, and it was just really weird how real it felt in a different reality. Like it just felt like a different place, and that was like the first time that had ever happened to me. I don't really want to do it again, but I'm glad I did it that one time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, salvia is something that I need to explore again at some point, but uh well, kind of like what you said, I'm half terrified of it but half very interested in it.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing. I heard you saying that when you did it, you did 20x or something, and just the candle stopped moving or something. And
Yeah, my vision just turned into a still frame. Like my hands would move, but like everything was still, and it looked like a painting. And like I was like I remember reaching out to see, because it looked like it was textured like a oil, like a canvas painting. And I was like, it was weird. It like I couldn't feel it, but I also couldn't interact with like my field of vision. Like it was like I was just staring at a paused television screen. but there was no other entities or anything. That was just a uh, a weird body buzz and a peculiar vision. Um, but nothing. I didn't leave anywhere. I possibly just interrupted the space time continuum. I'm not real sure, um, but yeah, my uncle, who I trust his experiences and what he would say, and I mean he's a psychiatrist, so like I don't think he would be full of shit. But he said at a party that him and my aunt were at, that he did salvia, and I imagine he was smoking it. He didn't say what, but I would think that's what he was doing, and he like blacked out to where he was like laying back, with his eyes closed, my aunt said, and that he seemed like he was very distressed, and she was like kind of like worried or whatever. But in his consciousness was that he like woke up and he was in a diner eating dinner with like people he didn't know, but like had memories of there, but then was like, wait, I was I was at a party with my wife, but I do remember being in this diner, and like they were like, "What are you talking about? You like fell asleep against the window or something like that." And he felt like he was there for like an entire meal, and then came to, and my aunt said that it was like less than 10 minutes that he was like out. Uh, but yeah, but he said like he could not tell if he was supposed to be in that diner or back at the party, but he remembered both lifetimes.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only had like one other experience like that where it felt like I was in a different place, and that was like I talked to like elves one time on 5 grams of mushrooms, and it definitely felt like I was in a different realm for sure. It's
Yeah.
weird how it can definitely take you to different places.